What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, I hope you're all well. Today we'll be looking at Ethereum because this is actually a chart request from one of the members. I do urge you all to check out the memberships. You do stick out in the comments, as well as you can also request some charts as well if you're a member of the channel. So let's continue with Ethereum. Again, we had a head and shoulders over here, which we swiftly invalidated by holding support on this previous resistance right here. We found support and we pumped back above this neckline of a shoulder, head, shoulders pattern. We actually had targets to the downside. Oh, okay, I don't know where that one's come from. However, we have this initial head and shoulders patterns target down here all the way until $1,000, which we actually never met. So by reclaiming this green line and holding and forming a bullish cross, all you needed to do is fall back to it. And if you can hold it as support, you have your bullish cross. It means that we're going to attack this high over here to get this continuation with a potential double bottom with this higher low. But unfortunately, guys, we invalidated the upside and the bullish cross by falling back under it with the FTX scenario completely out of everyone's control. Unfortunately, guys, it looked like we had a higher low and we invalidated the bearish pattern. Everything seemed right. It looked like we were going to attack $2,000, but unfortunately we quickly invalidated the upside, revalidating the old bearish target. Essentially, that means we should expect $1,000 unless we're reclaiming 1,420, this green line. If you reclaim this green line at 1,420, which is also your 2017 high, it's interesting because this pattern formed on the 2017 high. So it's actually a very important level going forward. As long as you're below this, as we've lost it, you can see where the EMAs are. You can see it was also a neckline of a head and shoulders. And so it should now be retested as resistance. Even if we do pump here, it should only be into resistance to continue lower to our target. The next target being $1,000 out of the shoulder, head, and shoulder. And I showed you how we got the target. You measure from the highest point back down to the neckline, and your neckline is where the bodies are closing. And so if we ever reclaim this level and hold it as support, then yes, we're good. We're going to attack this. We're going back to 2K. But if we're just running up into 1,400 and holding it as resistance, which actually should actually happen now, guys, because you formed a bearish cross, all you're doing is pumping into it because you came so far away from it. You need to come back to it, hold it as resistance to continue lower to this target. You can see the 1618 is a little bit lower at 900, but the head and shoulders patterns target is to the higher low. And as long as this higher low holds, there are chances we do swiftly come back. But with Bitcoin making lower lows, with other alts making lower lows, it is expected that if they do continue lower, then this should eventually too. And we could be seeing targets between $700 to $800 for ETH going forward. This is where I'd like to see ETH heading towards. It is a key resistance over here in the past. Has some levels of resistance and support in this area. I will have to drag this green box down, well, up a bit, and I'll keep it a bit separate. So that will be one, and then I can make this lower support here for you guys. Now let's head over to the weekly and monthly time frame to see if we can see it a bit better. So it's over here. Let me go to the monthly closes quickly, and then we'll go back to the weekly. So the monthly, here we go. There we go. Very nice monthly close right there as resistance. You were once holding it support, but now resistance, and you had penetrated through it, but it never actually confirmed its support. That's on the monthly. We could see it on the lower time frames. But what's interesting is this is lining up exactly with that 2414 target at around $670, $680. So yeah, if we do lose this 1618, that is where you're expecting to head to next. I can actually give you further targets, more specific, bit longer term than these. If I'll get rid of this fib for now, I'll measure from the lowest point to that highest point up there. And you can see you've actually got a 1618 target down at 500, but please expect a bounce at least off 700. You will get a bounce from 670 to 700. You always get a bounce. Well, not always, nothing here is 100%, but a lot of the time you bounce off here. It does not mean it's the bottom though. It just means that if we fall through this, we're coming back down to here, and we could rally into it again, but it will be resistance and then continue lower. This can get really ugly, guys. I hope we never go down to 300. But your 1618 target again is at $500. and that would be a dump from current price of about another 60% dump for Ethereum going forward. Again, any of these levels that I've given you as targets, 1,000, 900 to 1,000, as well as 700, these can be your lows at any moment. You just need to do very significant things. You can see our capitulation begun right there. So for me personally, I need to see a reclaim of that for me to essentially flip bullish again and take out that high as well. So we need to reclaim, you know, about 1.8k for me to be bullish again for Ethereum. Until then, I just can't be, guys, because you can see already way below at 1.4k, you got this key bearish cross. And yeah, essentially, ever since losing this green zone of support, you fell under it. You're trying to find support into it again. But again, even if you do pump, it's just into resistance and eventually it will fail. We'll see it. We'll take it step by step. But this is what should happen, because you had a big push down. You're exhausting up to continue down to our 1k target, which is valid ever since closing back under the neckline over here at 1,420, sorry. But yeah, and that's exactly where the EMAs are lining up. So if we do pump into this, and yes, we could get this rally of around 12%, but understand you're just rallying into resistance. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe and comment, and I will catch you in the next Ethereum update if a member does request it. Thank you. Bye.